and welcome to KHOU and the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce television program. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, and we thank you for joining us today for our Health, Innovation, and Technology Summit underwritten by UnitedHealthcare.
When I became county judge in 2007, healthcare of any type was not on my radar screen. Innovation and technology was not on my radar screen. You know, I'm still one of those people that I go to my grandchildren to have them help me out with technological things. But very quickly, I found out a few things, and I need to share these because Harris County wants to be a partner, an innovative partner in anything that possibly comes out of events like this. And here's why. One of the first things I discovered as county judge, the Harris County Jail is the largest mental health facility in the state of Texas. That's fundamentally wrong. We need to change that. And the way we're changing that is by information sharing between Sheriff Gonzalez is doing a great job, the district attorney, the judges, everybody's got to work together, and we can address mental health. And one of the first things we had to do was get over this hump that mental health is different than any other kind of health. It's a disease like anything else. And everybody in this room needs to focus on mental health. And so anything that comes out relative to mental health, Harris County's interested in. And then we have Harris Health, which most people used to know as the Harris County Hospital District. And it's a huge organization. And our job is to provide indigent health care. But it's more than a job. It's a duty. It's an obligation. And we need to provide the absolute best health care possible to those people. Not because they're poor, not because anything other than the fact that they need our assistance. And so early on, and I think this is where Dr. Murillo and I got to know each other fairly well, there was the discussion of who gets treated in the hospital district. And the answer is anybody who needs to be treated in the hospital district. It's our job to make sure a pandemic doesn't break out in our community. So the hospital district is always looking to partner. And then we have public health. We've learned more about mosquitoes and various diseases that I ever wanted to know. But it's the county, it's Harris County that's on the front line of the public health issues, whether you're talking about infectious diseases, immunizations, and of course, we have a little problem right now in Texas because we've got certain people who think you shouldn't be immunized anymore, and Harris County's pushing back against that. We're going to need your help on there. But where most people see me, of course, is in emergency management, when things are storms coming or something like that. But those impact health, both physical health and mental health. And it dawned on me on my way over here, we have the nation's absolute best emergency operations center. If you've not seen it, you need to see it. It's got the finest technology. It's got the greatest innovation possible. Well, we need to take that same attitude about innovation and technology and apply it to everything that Harris County does relative to healthcare. So that's why I wanted to be here today. This is a great event. I thank the Chamber for putting it on.
Before Mark even picks up his prescription, United Health Group goes into action. Mark's doctor gets real-time information to prescribe the most effective, lowest-cost medication. Mark's medical and pharmacy information are connected, allowing clinical experts to hone in on any possible risks with a prescription. And Mark's about to get a discount at the counter, working behind the scenes to ensure quality and savings. This is what healthcare can do when it's caring and smart. United Health Group.
Now, ask that we have our welcome from UnitedHealthcare board member extraordinaire, chairman of today's event, Dave Millich from UnitedHealthcare CEO. Thank you, Dave Millich.
First, as the chairman of the event and a board member of the chamber, I want to thank all of the other sponsors for your support for the event. UnitedHealthcare has been part of this Healthcare Summit, or now the Innovation and Technology Summit, since its beginning. And it's proven to be a very effective opportunity for us. You know, our mission is to help people live healthier lives and help the healthcare system work better for everyone. And events like this help promote that mission, and certainly innovation and technology not only that we help create, but also that all of you help create, serves that mission incredibly well. So I want to thank you. In terms of my role at UnitedHealthcare, I'm the CEO for Texas and Oklahoma, our commercial business. So for those of you that are customers of ours or distribution partners or providers, I want to thank you for your trust in your business and your support. And also want to thank all of you as we continue, again, to help people live healthier lives. So thanks, enjoy the summit, and we look forward to spending some time with you.
Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first panel. If they could please join us, we would really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for being with us. I want to start with UnitedHealthcare, Aaron, because we've got a lot of people in here who are, in fact, entrepreneurs, innovators. They either have an idea. Everyone has an idea, right? I know you do, because every time you see me, you say, Laura, I have an idea. So Aaron is here to tell you what they do and what this means to you if you're in the audience today. Aaron, talk to us about what you guys do.
So when we think about a lot of the innovations that you all are really seeking to get into the marketplace, we are looking to create scaled businesses out of those innovations. And so over the last 6 years, I've been with United for 16 years. Over the last 6, we've launched 6 different businesses, and the intention on those businesses is to take ideas. We like saying that great ideas in healthcare are there, they're just widely distributed. And so we try to understand what are those great ideas in healthcare and bring them to scale. So as an example, we brought a diabetes prevention business to scale, had over $40 million in revenue and helped over 100,000 people lose over 5% of their body weight, which reduces their chance of getting diabetes by over 50%.
Okay, it says, let's go on to you and some of the seminar that you had today with regards to JP Morgan Chase. This particular initiative regarding innovation and technology is a sweet spot for JP Morgan Chase. Tell us how so.
Yeah, so we recognize that innovation and technology is the future, right? For us, it's crucial because that's what gives us the competitive advantage. Our emphasis in these sectors is to help boost the economy, help these businesses flourish, because in turn, you think of health, it's just a necessary part of keeping a healthy community, right? The innovation and technology piece go hand in hand. We can't advance as a community or be successful beyond our wildest dreams if we're not advancing as a community. One thing we always pride ourselves on at JP Morgan is that we're never going to outperform the community. We need to make sure we're in tune with them and we're putting out the resources to help that community flourish.
So on that point, talk to us a little bit about biometrics and cardless ATMs into banking. What does that mean for the audience? What does it mean for small business?
Well, I would say that means that anybody with an iPhone or a smartphone, if you're using Chase, you can tell that you can use face recognition to log on. You can use thumbprints. We're incorporating some of these features into our branches. If you walked into a newer branch, you'll see some of the technology and innovation we're proud of. ATM machines that can transact pretty much any need, different money denominations, so it goes on. But that is, again, one of the advantages for us in the competitive nature that we live in. So technology is crucial. Again, we pride ourselves in being part of this event because all of you are part of that next step into the future.
2 years ago, I kind of became a partner again with them because they have the best innovation. Their system, their database, everything attracts me more than most of the other banks do, but I also like their people approach, which is very important because you want to pick up the phone and call your banker and he or she be there and help you out on whatever needs are. We are R&D companies, we are big believer of innovations, and we definitely want someone partnering with us in the same manner as we think. So our team is pretty much advanced team and all PhDs on there. They don't want to be sitting there and having issues with their banking system or paychecks or anything. As a matter of fact, I like automation JP Morgan Chase also provides, which is very great.
My thanks to Aaron, Cés Guerra, and JP Morgan Chase. Thanks for all that you do. And again, for your business banking needs, JP Morgan Chase is here. Cés and team will be around. Those of you who attended the seminar, we appreciate it. And Uma, thank you for sharing your experience with JP Morgan Chase and for being with us today. Baylor St. Luke's is one of our partners, and we have individuals from the international group that are here with us today, Tanya and others. So we want Dr. Laura to tell us more specifically about the work that you are doing with technology as it relates to the breathing lung transplantation trial. What is that, and why should people here be aware of that?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a real privilege. My parents came to the U.S. from Cuba, so it's just such a privilege for me to be a part of this whole organization right now. I came down to Houston a year and a half ago, was the director of the Heart and Lung Transplant Program at the University of Minnesota, Cleveland before that, and I was drawn by the innovation here. There's a trial that we've been involved with for several years now, dealing with how we transport an organ from point A to point B. So lung transplants is obviously something that's offered only to patients who have very advanced end-stage lung disease, but that turns out to be a lot of patients, actually. About over 3,000 done a year in the U.S., and probably double that amount that could be done if we had sufficient number of organs. The problem is that when the transplant is done, after the organ is transported in a cooler and placed into the recipient, oftentimes the lung doesn't wake up right away, and it just takes it a couple of days, and the patient's on the ventilator for a long time. During that time, they can get pneumonias, infections, and it complicates their whole hospital stay. Now, this technology kind of capitalizes on other technologies, such as miniaturized pumps, miniaturized ventilator systems, Bluetooth connections, and it allows us to keep the organ viable, pumped with blood, warm throughout transportation and breathing for very, very long distances, whether it comes from Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, anywhere in the country. So we're really not limited in terms of our geography. Instead of looking towards the border of Texas, which is already pretty big, as to what donors we can use for transplant, now we can actually go much further, and it increases our donor pool. So we've been using that, just as an aside, so Baylor St. Luke's here in Houston is the only center in Texas that is using it. And as I said, I came here mainly to see how we can build on that technology and continue to utilize it. We're in the Expand 2 trial right now and have enrolled the first 6 in the country, and are moving forward with increasing use of this.
They are the largest Hispanic-owned gaming company in the country. They produce videos, games, produce also movies. They are involved with a huge virtual reality theme park. Manuel's going to get into all the detail of it. My point is, they have recruited some of the top coders, programmers, and people in this sector. They are in Houston, Texas, and they are Latino-owned. Congratulations, Matt, to you and all of 6 Foot. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, I asked the obvious question, why 6 foot? Well, the 3 partners are over 6 feet tall. So there you have it. Manuel Delgado, thank you and welcome, and thanks for all that you've done with the Chamber, always connecting dots for us. Tell us a little bit more and why folks should know why 6 Foot is important to our region.
Thank you so much for the introduction. So 6 Foot is an entertainment company. So we make video games, movies, young adult books, comic books. We are doing theme parks. So the park that Dr. Amorillo mentioned is called Evermore. Is about to open later this fall. It's outside Salt Lake City. And it's somewhere in between a Renaissance fair and Westworld. Without all of the killings, but it's a fully immersive experience, and it's a completely unique concept, first time ever done, in the country. Our core businesses are trying to elevate entertainment, if you will. So if you think about what is the relevance of entertainment, people have a lot of free time. And the innovators need to rest. And that's our focus. Our focus is to create experiences when you're looking for entertainment that truly elevate the spirit. So the founding partners of 6 Foot many years ago were all about 6 foot tall. I think now we just have a handful. But now 6 Foot is more of a symbol for trying to do things that elevate the human spirit.
So absolutely understand what it is that you have, that need that you are filling, so that when you approach someone, you've done your homework. And certainly your work here with us at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, so very, very important. Welcome to the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce program here on CBS. We're happy to be with you, and today we've got a very special guest, one of our board of directors, Dave Millich. He's Chief Executive Officer for UnitedHealthcare of Texas. Dave Millich, always happy to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, we've enjoyed having you on our board of directors, and we were able to catch you right when you landed in Houston. You recently were promoted. You've got a big agenda for UnitedHealthcare. Tell us about the latest role that you have and what you're doing in the region.
Yeah, so my role is I manage our commercial health plan, so all the employer-sponsored programs, be it a small business all the way up to a big national account company for the state of Texas as well as the state of Oklahoma. I'm still based here in Houston and spend the majority of my time here, but we at United are focused on helping people live healthier lives. And we're really developing and deploying technology to help innovate that, in particular in how we help people live healthier lives, how we get them active, and also how we help providers better understand how they can improve quality of care that they provide their patients and also become more cost efficient.
So you talked about innovation technology. Give us some examples of what you all are doing.
Well, so one of the things in particular that'll be of interest to some of your chamber members that are small businesses is we've introduced a program that we call Motion.
Okay.
And many of us, although I don't have my prop on today, are wearing things like Fitbits and Apple Watches, things that track our mobility.
Okay.
And so what we've done is we've taken those things that we utilize every day and we've translated that into employee benefits that essentially allow individuals to earn cash into their health savings account if they're covered under one of those programs for doing things that they do every day. And really what we're trying to do is measure things like activity. So how often are you walking or being mobile? The intensity of it. As well as over the course of a day, can you get in about 10,000 steps? And if you can do those three things every day, you can earn a couple of $1,000s a year in cash from UnitedHealthcare into that savings account.
Well, and that's very important, as we know, and as mentioned, so many more people are in fact investing in these different types of devices, and good to see that you can get compensated for that.
That's right.
So if people want more information about this, where should they visit?
Go to www.uhc.com. You can also talk to your insurance broker or consultant about the products and innovations that are available through UnitedHealthcare.
Well, and as you mentioned, the cost is very important. There's so many options for people today. Many still confused with what is new and what is no longer, the law, et cetera. Help us get caught up with some of that.
Yeah, so one of the things that's very important to us, that's core in our principle, is transparency. And we believe that in order for consumers to make good decisions about healthcare, they need to have data and information. And so we're trying to provide as much useful information as we can to consumers. Things like, what does an actual procedure cost where they live or where they work or where they seek care? All of that through a mobile application that we call Health for Me. So trying to bring that type of useful information to individuals to help them, we think is one of the best ways to get consumers engaged in their own health, because we know that that's one of the best ways to help not only control cost, but also improve their life.
And for folks who are watching and thinking, well, you know what, I really don't pay much attention to my healthcare plan, whether it's in my business or my company, what would you say to them, and why it's important to actually take a look to the benefits of it?
Well, I will tell you, that's not uncommon. You're exactly right. And you don't realize the opportunity that you're wasting by not understanding your benefits. Because there are a lot of things that are part of a benefit program that your employer, and frankly, oftentimes you yourself, are paying for that you're not taking advantage of. And we're actually coming close to open enrollment time. It'll be here before we know it, that annual time where we all have to make decisions.
Yes.
I strongly encourage everybody watching to take the time this year to really understand what are the benefits that you have available to you. For example, if you're a diabetic, there's more than likely a diabetes program made available to you through, especially I know if you're with UnitedHealthcare, those programs are there to help you understand how to deal with your disease, improve your health, and improve your life.
So a lot of preventive type assistance, a lot of things that, as you mentioned, typically we only pay attention to this when we need it, right?
That's right.
When we're not well. And I know that United, especially, you all do so much on the preventive side, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we're very focused on helping not only consumers but also providers, because we have a lot of data available to us. And so one of the another things that we're really trying to do is promote prevention, adoption, early adoption of things that again help us understand our disease state. The other thing that we're doing is we're really helping consumers understand within the Houston community who are those high quality best physicians to seek when they need care. And we make all of that information available on that website, on the application, or when you reach out to us directly via the phone, we'll help you understand who those high quality, cost efficient providers
So it's
are.
not just signing up and leaving that policy there. It's looking at it, asking questions, calling, looking on the website. You've got people at UnitedHealthcare ready to help you. So as you sign up and enlist, make sure you give UnitedHealthcare that careful consideration and thought. Dave Millage, thank you for chairing once again our big Innovation, Health, and Technology Summit. Great success, and we certainly appreciate your investment, your time, and collaboration.
Well, I, as you know, I've said many times, this is one of my favorite things to do because the Chamber has done a lot for us in the Houston community. So I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given UnitedHealthcare and our nearly 2,400 employees across the metropolitan area. So thank you.
Fantastic. Well, joining us again, Dave Millage, one of our board members. We'll be right back. Thank you.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce celebrated its 40th anniversary in 2017 as the leading advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Houston Hispanic business community. We launched 6 major initiatives which allowed us to disseminate data, convene thought leaders, and connected the dots between entrepreneurs, corporations, and our community. Key among these initiatives was our annual Luncheon and Business Expo, the largest in the region, which featured keynote speaker Tillman Fertitta, chairman of Landry's Inc. Our attendees were able to connect with Mayor Turner and all 16 city council members, as well as Judge Ed Emmett and Harris County Commissioners Court, in celebration of the Chamber's 40th anniversary. The Greater Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Foundation also remained very active in 2017. Our 6th cohort of emerging leaders graduated. We now count with over 200 emerging leader alumni, and we've launched a 2nd cohort of our Business Institute. Our media platform allowed us to promote Houston, our members, corporate partners, and initiatives via our English and Spanish television and radio programs with a combined audience media reach of 3.3 million. No other chamber in the country has such a media platform. In 2016 and 2017, your chamber won the Marketer of the Year award in the Economic Development category by the American Marketing Association. In 2017, the Houston Hispanic Chamber advocated and maintained high visibility in the media for Houston at the local, state, and national level. Last January, your chamber was the only local organization to participate in a private meeting with President Trump's transition team. Also, we advocated for DACA, the 2020 census, and for economic development in our region. Combined, these efforts will have an economic impact on Houston in the billions of dollars. We also held press conferences, wrote op-eds, and convened private meetings with elected officials and key decision makers. We thank you for your individual and collective efforts in 2017, and we look forward to partnering with you in the years to come.
I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. As you know, we always like to highlight our members, and today is no exception. It's with great pleasure that we introduce Manuel Delgado, and he is the Executive Vice President for Strategy and Corporate Affairs for 6 Foot. What is 6 Foot? It's a company that many of you perhaps have not heard about, but you are going to hear a lot more about 6 Foot very soon. You may not have known that their owner is Hispanic, based here in the Houston area, and they are the largest video game company in the United States.
They do that and much more. Manuel, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Listen, when I went out to take a tour, I had no idea. And as a native Houstonian, it gave me such great pride to know that you all are doing not only the video game, but producing movies and games and different destinations for experiences. Tell us all about 6 Foot and where this name came from.
Yeah, well, 6 Foot is an entertainment company in the heart of Houston. We're literally on Richmond and Montrose. And like I said, we're an entertainment company, so we make video games, we make movies, we make books and comic books, and we have a theme park division. We do events like Comic-Con, like for instance, we'll be doing the Marvel booth at Comic-Con San Diego in a couple of months.
Here in Houston, Texas. And you've been able to recruit. You all have recruited some of the top programmers, coders, engineers, all of that, and they're here in Houston.
Yes, so we have about 200 people. We have an office in Houston, which is our main office. We have an office in Los Angeles and an office in Berlin. But we have attracted the top talent across all of the industries where we work. And of course, I think at the beginning it's a little difficult to convince someone to move to Houston. But we always tell them, come to Houston, give us a try. If in 3 months you're not happy, no hurt feelings, you can leave. But not only practically every single person that came to Houston have stayed, but about 2/3 have bought homes in the Houston area.
Well, and that all is great for our economy, and again, puts a spotlight on Houston on what is the conversation, and that's why 6 Foot is one of our sponsors for our Innovation, Health, and Technology Summit. You guys have been involved in the chamber and now as an underwriter for this particular event because innovation, technology is so very important for our region, and gaming is really just taken off. Few people probably know that it's larger than movie production, that industry.
Absolutely, and video games are bigger than movies and television combined as an industry, and we believe in doing really, really fun to play video games. Our games are for PC and consoles like PS4 or Xbox One. Our main game is called Dreadnought, which is like a battleship. It's a starship fighting other starships out in space, which is inspired by Battleship Texas, which is the last dreadnought available in the world, and as well as NASA. So this game is free to play. You can download it on a PC or a PS4, and it's all done here in Houston.
Yeah, all done here locally, and again, 6 Foot. If you've not heard about them, look them up. Fascinating story and incredible offices and the variety of things that you all are doing, growing by leaps and bounds, all based here in Houston, Texas. Manuel, thank you so much, and we really appreciate your ongoing engagement with the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and certainly the work that you're doing now at 6 Foot.
We're very happy to be partners with the Chamber on that.
So now take a quick look at this clip from 6 Foot. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to thank you for joining us today on KHOU. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and staff, we thank you.